Welcome back to the channel, my friend. Once again, I'm really glad to have you here for another video. You know, through the years I've featured a bunch of watches on my channel, and many of those watches have been from micro brand manufacturers, and many of those watches have actually been Swedish micro brands. I'm really happy to show you what Sweden has to offer in the watch community and the watch world. From all the Swedish micro brands that I have shown you on this channel, there's only one brand that I've actually really wanted to buy a watch from, and that is Nezumi Studios. Let's not talk more about it. Let's flip the camera, head over to the table, and I'm going to show you what I mean and why I actually mean it. Let's go. Here we are at the table taking a look at the Nezumi Aviera. Packaging is right here, but before we do that I have to show you this one. It's the Timex Waterbury wristwatch check, but it is placed on a Nezumi rubber strap. I actually bought this rubber strap with the Aviera, but I bought it for the Timex because I think it matches quite good. It's somewhat of a color between the blue on the subdial, second subdial there, and the teal green subdial, 24-hour subdial at the right side. It's a color between the two. I think it's kind of a petrol blue, really nice FKM rubber, really soft and bendy. Nezumi branding on the inside, quick release pins there, and two security rubbers right there, and then the Nezumi logo at the lock right there. Beautiful. Only downside with this little rubber strap is that it doesn't have a security placer. Some straps come with a hole or something, a protrusion on the end strap there, that it latches into the last little security thing there and it locks it in place. Too bad it didn't have that, but still, for $40 US, this is a really nice, really high quality FKM rubber strap with some cool branding, honeycomb pattern. Really nice little strap on my Timex Waterbury. So let's put that to the side. Let's open the Aviera automatic. This is not our first impressions because I could not wait. I opened this watch up as soon as I got it in my hands, and this is what the packaging looks like. It's a shiny, glossy cardboard little box, Nezumi Stockholm, and here we have the model name, manufacturing year, watch reference, sold by Nezumi, assembled in Germany. All the places you can follow Nezumi on social media, contact if you need to contact them. A nice little box. It's cool, it has some attitude, it's small, and it's really beautiful. When you open it up, you're met by this Nezumi Stockholm, thank you for your order, Team Nezumi, little card, and then the little manual, which is actually really nice because it's a simple paper manual, but inside here we have a little story about how the watch design came to be. David Campo designed this watch 7 to 8 years ago. It was actually planned to be the second watch release for Nezumi, but he found that there was a lack of affordable GMT movements out there, so he put it aside and waited to the right time to come by. And then when Seiko released their new GMT movement, he thought that this is the time to release the Aviera. And the name Aviera actually is a combination of two words: aviation, the English word, and the Swedish word navigera, meaning to navigate. And a fun little story about the watch. I wish all watches could benefit. I wish all watches came with this, a little story about how it came to be. I think all watches could benefit from it. It gives you a little more personal connection to the watch. And here we actually have some dimensions and info about the watch. I mean, this is spectacular. You can't find this information on most watch manufacturers' websites. It's an all brushed case, 40mm case, fixed 24-hour bezel, 47mm lug to lug, 12mm thick, excluding the double dome sapphire crystal, 13.55mm at the center point of the. That's information that's sometimes hard to find on regular watches. Actually, 20mm lug width, 200 meters water resistance. Yeah, assembled, quality controlled, and tested by highly skilled watchmakers in Germany. But we have a little misprint. Assembled in German. It should have said Germany there. So yeah, and something about the movement there. 40 hours power reserve. Yeah, all the information will be coming in the full review of the watch. And let's not waste any more time. Let's open it up. It's a little box. Inside of the little box, I guess it's faux leather, something like that. Nice little velvety cloth on the bottom. The N branding there, and there we have the watch. The Nezumi Aviera, resting on that royal blue pillow. Beautiful little thing. As I said, I've opened it before, so it's sized for my wrist and it's set on the right time, but I'm going to set it on the wrong time so we can see that logo. Let's take it out from the pillow. The pillow sits really tight in there, and at the bottom we have the extra links for the bracelet. Let's take it off the bracelet right away. It's new, so it's really stiff. The lock on the bracelet, it's put down to the side. There we have the Aviera. Let's screw out the crown there. Nice branded crown with the Nezumi N right there. You can see the curve on this case. It goes straight down, and female end links, so it gives it a nice short lug to lug there. A combination of brushing and polishing. No, there's not a combination of brushing and polishing. It's all brushed, which is really beautiful. Anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let's screw out the crown. There we have it. And you wind it up, give it some juice in the first position. Second position there operates the GMT hand, and the third position sets the time on the watch. We're gonna set it a 1:45, and we're gonna get that GMT hand out of the way for the Aviera branding right there. Now we can see everything. And this is the Seiko GMT, new GMT movement, which means that it actually comes with a date. But this watch, as you can see, has no date on the dial, so it's a hidden date. The date is in there in the movement, but they just chose to hide it. I wish that they didn't do that. I wish that they gave us the date on this watch, because a date is always a good thing to have on a GMT watch. Why not have the date there if you have it in the movement? But I'm not a designer, and they chose to design it the way they chose to design it. Let's just give it some shade here so we can see that dial really nicely. There we go. Now we have some shade, and with that shade we have some reflections. It's air coated sapphire crystal. Let's zoom in on that beautiful dial. It's really nice. The Nezumi logo just below the 12 o'clock. Nezumi Stockholm Aviera 200 meters. No more information is needed. Self-winding at the bottom. We have the 12, 3, 6, 9 numerals all written out there. And yeah, look at that brushed nice 24-hour bezel there. The dome sapphire crystal is beautiful on this watch. And the all brushed case is stunning. I mean, it's really beautiful, really nice how you can, even though the case is all brushed and you have no polishing or contrasting edges around it, it still gives you a little contrast. There is still contrast between the little edges and shapes of the watch, even though it's all brushed. You can see, I see the first little ledge there on the bezel, and then I see, yeah, it's beautifully done. Nice crown, signed crown. Yeah, wonderful. I mean, this is a beautiful watch, and when I saw the release, it instantly reminded me of the Tudor Black Bay Pro GMT, which I sold because it was too thick. This one is a GMT, and it's like almost 3 millimeters thinner. The case itself, 2 to 3 millimeters thinner. So this is it was a must buy for me because I really loved the look of the Tudor Black Bay Pro, and this reminds me so much of that watch, but it has its own DNA, which is just really great. It comes on you can choose it on the bracelet. This is called the Colin bracelet, I think. It's an all brushed Jubilee style bracelet. You can actually buy this bracelet in 2 configurations. This one, the all brushed one, and then the brushed and polished central links one. It's an okay bracelet. It's actually one of the few things that I would say is kind of a negative for the watch. I really don't know why they chose to make the end link look like that on this one. It doesn't meet the bezel. You can see a gap there. I think that it's maybe not as aesthetically appealing that I thought that it would be. Sure, it follows the lugs with the curvature. It's flat with the lugs there, but I don't know. It leaves a gap, which I don't know if I really like or dislike. I've only had it for a day, so I'm going to give you my full opinion in the full review there. But otherwise, the bracelet looks really good. It is, we're going to get to that. We have the milled clasp there, really tight to put in there, which I like. Takes some force to click it in place, but it would also take some force to knock it out of place and lose your watch. So that's a good thing. Nezumi logo on that lock, 4 points of micro adjustments. Really nice little clasp. It's a classical clasp. But then we have somewhat of a strange design choice even here with that little end link there that the bracelet ends on at the clasp. I don't know, it's somehow designed differently, so it breaks up the look somewhat, but it's not a detriment to the watch because this is the bracelet itself. You can buy the bracelet separately. You can choose to buy the watch on a rubber strap or choose to have it any way you like it. Just strange that it chose to have the end link look like that, not looking like a regular of the other links, like one of the other links. It breaks it up a little, in my opinion. Anyway, open it up, take a look at the case back. Beautiful. Nezumi, Stockholm, creating bonds, established 2001, and some information, assembled in Germany. Easy access to remove the bracelet there. You just push those 2 pins together and you take it off. I've done it a couple of times. Really easy. Beautiful case back. And that's actually my takeaway from the watch here. I'm gonna put it on my wrist. Yeah, sorry, forgot about that. Push pins on the bracelet. Yeah, push pins. Not my favorite. You know that. Not my favorite at all. But they were easy enough to operate, and since this is a watch priced at around $500 depending on the configuration, you have a lot of watches in this price class that give you push pins, but they maybe give you a pressed metal clasp instead, like Seiko GMT. I'm looking at you. 20 centimeter wrist, looks really stunning. 40 millimeter watch, beautiful, just beautiful and spectacular. Retro feeling, robust, made for a task, all brushed. I mean, it's a stunning watch, and I feel that this is a classic design. Let's let some sun in there. that looks good on my wrist. 12 millimeters thick. Female end links just go straight down right away. It's a pleasure to wear. I've only been wearing it for 24 hours now, but I can tell you it is a real pleasure to wear this one. This is a watch you really have to try out. If you wanna, I mean, this is the difference between a Homage and a Pagani design Homage. If you want a Homage in the word's true meaning, this is the type of watch you're gonna get. Borrows some, infuses something new, makes it its own thing, but still makes a tribute to something else, instead of just copy pasting another manufacturer's design. I have nothing against homages, but let's just call it for what it is, and selling it cheap. This is something new, something owned, and something new, something personal, and yet something borrowed. Beautiful work in Nezumi. I have no more words. That's my unboxing. Let's head on over back to me for some final words. So that's it, the Nezumi Aviera. What did you think? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Leave me a comment down below. Let me know. I myself, I am loving it. I'm wearing it right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful watch. Comes in at around $500 US, depending on the configuration. If you choose the metal bracelet or if you choose a rubber strap, it's give or take $500. I'm loving it for what it is. Really nice work, David Campo here with from Nezumi Studios. Thumbs up for me. I'm gonna give you the full review in another video. But until I see you again, my friends, if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give me a thumbs down. Tell me what you didn't like, and I'll try to do better until the next one. And until I see you again, have a great day. Bye bye.